Hello my longevity friends. Are you tired of the stuffy dry air in your house coming from traditional heating systems? Would you like to know what is actually a very healthy and comfortable way to heat your house? Then yeah, if you're interested, continue watching. Today is Saturday, 15th of April. It's probably one of the last, oh beautiful bird, one of the last weeks where we need a heater, and today it's cloudy. It was raining half of the night, and outside, let's have a look. Right now 7.9 degrees and inside 19.9, humidity 55%. So when we lit the fire this morning, the stove, we had around between 16 and 17 degrees. Today I want to talk about a very healthy heating system. As you can see, it's a wooden stove. And this stove was on literally every day since October. And not 24/7, but 10-12 hours a day. And I will talk today about 5 reasons why this is the number one choice to heat a room, a house. We are heating a whole flat here, and probably also the upper part a little bit. I mentioned it in my previous video. So yeah, keep watching and you will be surprised why this heating system is really great and also sustainable. Okay, first I want to talk about the setup. So this main stove is an iron cast stove, and the other option would be a stove made of metal sheets. So iron cast stoves are very sophisticated, very heavy, and they're rarely getting a crack. So it's well known for its long year durability. It has a far better heat retention, great efficiency, and yeah, it looks also great. Big window, which is nice to see, you see the fire, and it has also other advantages. I will talk in a minute about it. It's a bit more expensive initially, but well, if this oven lasts 10-20 years, it's worth it. Then this is a little stove radiator. It works without power, basically helping to distribute the air throughout the room. In our case, I want the air to leave this room, go out and heat up the gangway, heat up the other rooms, which works pretty well. So it's based on convection energy and doesn't make any noise. You can't hear anything. It's really well designed. Then you see here a rather long stovepipe. Goes all up 1.20 meters to the right and into the chimney. Yeah, it helps. It can help improving the draft in the stove, which is the flow of air and exhaust gases through the chimney. So it helps with better heat distribution and also increased safety. So it reduces the risk of fire or carbon monoxide buildup in the home. So that's very important. It can also reduce the risk of a chimney fire. And then, yeah, it looks great. It is basically one of the main decorative elements here in the room. So here's a very helpful stovepipe thermometer, simply to give me some ideas if I'm in case I'm overheating. So the upper limit is 200 degrees. It can get warmer, but that's the limit I maintain. And the lower limit is 100, like now. If it's getting below 100, it's simply less efficient. The last part of the system is a sealing radiator. It's very effective, simply helping to distribute the heat evenly throughout the room.
Okay, so after you know the system, I want to talk about some health aspects and why a wooden stove is healthier than conventional systems like air conditioning, floor heating, radiators, and so on. So, as I mentioned already, a wooden stove creates radiant heat, which warms the air in a room more naturally, which means you have less airborne irritants and allergens in the air floating around. So it helped you a lot if you're sensitive. It helps you a lot with breathing and with your general health.
A wooden stove system is more cost effective, yeah, especially if you set it up properly. And then this stove was basically running from October until April, and we used so far around 6 cubic meter of wood. So if you have access to cheap wood, ideally if you have a little forest, it's really a great alternative to other forms of fuel. Then another reason to opt for a wooden stove is the comfort. The heat generated by a wooden stove feels more natural and is less dry than other forms of heating, such as radiators or forced air systems.
Another factor I find very important is reliability. We had here several power shortages. Up here it can get very windy, and then sometimes the power switches off for 3-4 hours. So we are completely independent of power with this heating system. Of course, the ceiling radiator switches off, but that's not so relevant. So you're simply independent of other fuels except of wood, and you don't need any power. So I find this is very, also the system in itself, the iron cast stove and the stove pipe are absolutely reliable. Also really nothing can break down with this setup.
So with all the global warming discussion, one last point is also very important. That is that wooden stoves are considered more environmentally friendly because they use a renewable resource, which is wood, and do not emit greenhouse gases or contribute to global warming in the same way that fossil fuels do. So basically, when wood is burned in a wooden stove, it releases carbon dioxide, but the amount released is offset by the fact that the wood has absorbed carbon dioxide during its growth. Yeah, so that's very important for me too. And here I have a little view on our little forest down there. We have enough wood, basically endless wood supply, only by the trees that falling over through the storms during the year. And I find this is a very efficient way to work together with nature. I have to clean the forest anyway. I have to remove the trees lying on the ground, and that's more than enough to heat our whole house for the whole year.
So I hope you like this video, and I hope you also see the connection with health and longevity. There's so many aspects coming together, and well, I share whatever I find interesting. So if you like the content, then share also with your friends. Of course, subscribe and click the like button. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.